Hello, my name is Becca, and I would love to welcome you to the Probe Virtual College Fair. Thank you all so much for joining us. Just a few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to the presenters at any time. Your camera and microphones are turned off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is one of many different sessions we have happening, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions. This session is being recorded and it will be available within about a week at the website where you signed up for the fair. So now I would like to turn it over to our presenters. First up, we've got Penn State University. Take it away.
Hi, everyone. My name is Katie Immel. I am the admissions counselor for the state of Georgia for Penn State, which happens to be my alma mater. So I'm a very proud Penn State alum. I always talk about the fact that we have amazing opportunities for our students, unique opportunities, but also high quality academics. I'm going to touch on all of those things in the next couple minutes. So we are a top 1% university in the entire world. So out of 18,000 universities, we were recently ranked number 53. A lot of our different colleges and programs are in the top 20, top 10, even #1 program in the nation. We also attribute to the fact that we have such a high ranking due to the amount of undergraduate research we have. As you can see on this slide, we had over $1 billion worth of undergraduate research last year, which means if you want to be a part of it, not just science-based majors in any of our fields, you want to be a part of research, you're going to get a lot of hands-on learning due to our professors doing that research, but also you can get your hands in there as well. I can touch base on any of these things in the chat Q&A. Go ahead and ask a question. I'd be happy to address them. But let's continue to talk about what we offer. So we have over 275 different academic programs, everything from engineering to business to pre-med, nursing, education, and pretty much everything in between. What I always like to tell students is that we also have a great undecided major. It's called Division of Undergraduate Studies. If you have no idea what you want to study, that's okay. At 16, 17, 18 years old, it's perfectly fine not to know what you want to do the rest of your life. So come in undecided, work with an academic advisor for 2 years to really explore all your interests and all of your passions and find something that you really, really want to study the rest of your, and do the rest of your life. We do have a few direct admit majors. So our musical theater, our architecture program, our nursing, they're going to tend to be more competitive programs to get into based on the limited number of seats, but they're also programs you need to apply directly into because you cannot transfer into them later on. So any questions with those, I'm happy to answer them. Some of our most popular majors are our Smeal College of Business majors, of course, the College of Engineering, we're really well known, our science-based majors, and of course, nursing. Now, what do we offer students outside the classroom? We have over 1,200 clubs and activities to participate in. So I always say at Penn State, there's no way you can be bored. These clubs range from purely fun to purely academic. We have religious, cultural, service organizations, IM sports, networking organizations. Pretty much if you can think of it, chances are we already have it. One of my favorite ones to talk about is our 46-hour dance marathon, commonly referred to as Thon. It's actually pictured in the back of this slide. It's where our students actually raise money for the year to help families fighting pediatric cancer. So this past year, it just happened 2 weeks ago, we actually raised over $10 million for that organization. It's the largest student-run philanthropy in the entire world, and we're super proud of it. Now, everything I talked about here today is available at all 20 of our campuses. So if you're not familiar, Penn State does have 20 beautiful campuses spread out throughout the state of Pennsylvania. It's a little bit easier to see on this map. They range in size from about 500 students to about 5,000 students. And then our largest is smack dab in the middle at University Park with 46,000 students. So I always say we have small, medium, and extra, extra large. So if you wanted more of that liberal arts, small type of school, we have a campus for you. If you wanted that Division I athletics, huge campus, we have one for you. The great thing is that they're all one university. They all go on the same transcript. So no matter where you start or finish, you are getting the same Penn State education. We have a great 2+2 plan where you can start almost any degree at any one of our campuses for your first 2 years, and then you're guaranteed to finish that degree at a campus that offers it. Usually that's University Park. In order to apply, you do need to apply through the online application. We have the My Penn State app, the Coalition app, or the Common app. We have no preference, whatever one's you're going with. We also need your self-reported academic record, known as a SRAR. This is where you put all the classes you took from grades 9 through 11 and the grades you received from them, as well as your schedule for grade 12. Those two things are required for all applicants. We also have your SAT or ACT scores. We are test optional through 2023. So if you were able to take it and you did well, you can go ahead and submit those scores. If you weren't able to take it or you don't do so hot on standardized tests, go ahead and go test optional. Whatever you choose is what we're looking for on that application. There is a nice checklist on our My Penn State profile for any other talent-based major requirements. If you're trying to estimate your eligibility, this is last year's middle 50%. So these are not hard cutoffs or guarantees of acceptance. Just because you fall in this range does not mean you will be accepted, but you're going to notice a difference between University Park and those other Commonwealth campuses. This simply comes down to supply and demand. More students want to start at University Park, so it's more competitive to get in, but it is the same education no matter which campus you go to. This past year, it was a little bit on the higher end, so closer to that 3.9 for University Park, just so you're aware. And I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't talk about our amazing alumni network. We have the largest alumni network in the world, 700,000 and growing. And what that means for you is there is brand recognition. Chances are this is not the first time you've heard of Penn State. We are known over the world. So when it comes to internships, jobs, co-ops, Penn State is a top recruited school. We actually were ranked number 5, tied with MIT for top schools to recruit from. So it's really important when you're choosing your college. It's not just the next 4 years of your life, it's a lifetime commitment. I myself am a very proud Penn State alum, and I'm happy to talk to you about any of those experiences. This has my email address, kimmel@psu.edu. In case I don't get to your question tonight, go ahead and email me. That's my job. That's what I'm here for. And also our experience page, admissions.psu.edu/experience, virtual tours, student panels, information sessions, more than 6 minutes of information. So with that, I will let you guys go. Thank you for joining us.
Perfectly 6 minutes, Katie. Nice. All right. Up next, we've got Truett McConnell University. Take it away.
How you doing? My name is Rick Kramer. I'm with Truett McConnell University, and I don't want to leave this meeting, so let's see what happens. Hey, so we are up in Cleveland, Georgia. Some of y'all might not know anything about Cleveland, Georgia. It's where the Cabbage Patch Babyland is. But no, we have phenomenal fly fishing. We have Mount Yona, where the Rangers come and do their training. We're just tucked away. Up until about 15 years ago, we were just a 2-year school, and then our president came in about 14 years ago, and we have up to 48 different undergrads, with different concentrations and stuff, and then we have 5 graduate degrees as well. I'm getting ahead of myself. So in 1946, we were started as just a smaller school to just train pastors and ministers for the gospel of Jesus Christ. And from that, again, we went to a 2-year school. We had a couple campuses. We then consolidated, and now we're just focusing more on the one campus and going full throttle to train people for Jesus. Today we offer, again, more degrees. It's really neat. We have professors here. Yeah, we have the biology degree, but we do a pre-health. Instead of doing, like, let's say you want to be a dentist or you want to be a pediatrician, we do a pre-health degree, which is pretty cool. But again, you can get your undergrad in Christian studies, global studies, our humanities. One of our bigger ones is nursing. We get a BA in nursing has really been huge here at the school. And we started that, I don't know, about 6 years ago. So what makes TMU unique from the very first verse to the very last tribe? I'm talking about the very first verse of the Bible. So we're big into creation, and if that's your flavor, Truett's definitely a place for you. Everything is taken literally from the Bible. So like if you did your dual enrollment at a state school, we just wouldn't take it because we have a professor. He actually graduated from Harvard, PhD from Harvard. His name's Dr. Kurt Wise. He created our textbook to talk about, he calls it devotional biology. Takes literally the Genesis account of creation and then fuses it with science and biology. It's pretty wild how we can do that here. and then to the very last tribe, to reach people in the 1040 window and all over the world. 1040 window is this small little window in Asia and Africa where people have never heard the gospel of Jesus Christ. So that is what we're here for here at Truett. Again, it's more than a tagline, it's who we are. It's not your typical college experience. Again, we're a smaller school, so it becomes more like a family feel, a home feel. When COVID hit, a lot of students, just like everyone, had to go home. And we opened back up, not full swing in the fall, but pretty much everyone was, meeting in class. And I asked the students, I said, man, is it great to be back? They said, yeah. And you know what the number one thing is that I missed? Is I missed my friends. Some of these people were some of my best friends, and it literally was just ripped from me all of a sudden. And then I'm just stuck at home, literally doing everything online. So again, that's the stuff that we have here at this school, is just that tight knit feel. You get to know your professors on a first name basis at times. Again, we don't want to be disrespectful. They earn their PhDs, but you will get to know them in a personal way. Our Christian college is more than just a name. Again, we got our 4 pillars of Christian education. We got our Great Commission minor, and then we have intentional discipleship with the students. So I'll go over our 4 pillars. This is everything that our school is based on, and the first pillar is to love the Lord. And where our president's at is, if you don't know the Lord, he wants you to know the Lord, and not only to know him, but to love him in a personal way. But then how do you get to know the Lord? You gotta know the Lord through his word, which is the Bible. And that's one of the things you'll get to know the word of God, so you can know the Lord of the Bible. So and how do we do that? We get to plug you into a local church body. So love the church, right? Not only do you get to be plugged into a local church, but you get to be sent out from a local church. It's pretty cool. And then to love the lost. These are people that are far from God, and we want them to get to know God in a personal way. It's almost like it's a cycle, right? We want to meet people far from God and love those people far from God. We don't want to make Jesus. We don't want to drag Jesus' name through the mud, right? We want to let people know what we're for, not what we're against. And what we're for is for people getting to know Jesus as Lord of their life. And we do that through loving the Lord, loving his word, loving the local church, and again, loving the lost. The Great Commission minor is something that makes us very distinct. Every undergraduate has this. You'll be taking Christian worldview classes. You take your theology 1 and 2, Bible survey, all those different things that help you get to know the Lord in a better way. And intentional discipleship, like I said, the professors will get to know who you are in a personal way, and you'll get plenty of opportunities here at Truett to do ministry. And if you got any questions, feel free to email me. rkramer@truett.edu. Our application process, you just go at truett.edu, apply. It's no cost to you. Send us your transcripts. Hopefully that helps you out. Have an awesome day. See you.
Thank you, Rick. Up next, we have University of Lynchburg.
All right, hello everyone. My name is Jennifer Light, and I'm one of the assistant directors here at University of Lynchburg, and I work primarily with the students in Georgia. A little bit about Lynchburg: we have our downtown area that a lot of our students will go to, and it's very college friendly. A lot of festivals and concerts and all local restaurants, boutiques, and cafes. So let's get started if this will work. There we go. So we're known as one of the colleges that change lives. Changing lives is what we do best, and it shows. We rank among the region's best colleges and universities, and we're one of the best values around. Lynchburg instantly feels like family and becomes your second home forever. We have about 2,000 undergraduate students and 1,000 graduate students. Your average class size is around 16, no more than 30, and the faculty to student ratio is 11-1, and we have students coming all through the United States as well as globally. We offer more than 100 majors, minors, and pre-professional programs. And 91% of our students are satisfied with their overall academic experience here at Lynchburg. Maybe you already know what you want to do, and we do have direct admit pathway programs in PA medicine, physical therapy, and athletic training, and much more. Learning by doing is a core principle of Lynchburg education, and here are a few examples. Criminology majors learn fingerprinting, practice surveillance tactics, and even turn into campus into a mock crime scene. Our health science majors have the opportunity to participate in clinicals for their internship and explore the human body with our animage table as well as our cadaver lab. Our business students use real funds from the university endowment to buy and sell on real financial markets. Another core principle is high impact learning. It helps you take your education to the next level. So what does that mean? It means internships. Nick here, he built telescope parts on a 3D printer for our observatory, and he was able to receive an internship with the Department of Energy. And it means studying abroad. About 1/3 of our students do study abroad, and we're really excited that we're actually opening up our domestic study away, hopefully this summer or the fall. And finally, it's about research. More than half of our students conduct research with their professors. It's a big reason so many of our students get into our graduate schools. And in the lab or out, your professors will know your name, and their main goal is to support you and help you succeed. We're invested in your future and ready to help you find and reach your goals. And here's some of our few graduates are doing now. Landon is a professional gamer, and his Call of Duty team has almost 800,000 subscribers on YouTube. Nat was getting paying gigs, nationally recognized athletic teams before she graduated, and now she shoots full-time for Duke Athletics. Jamar is a senior policy coordinator with the Department of Health and Human Services, and he serves as our alumni board chair. Emily has mentored several of our communication students, and she is the senior manager of audience at USA Today. Francesca is head of American Solutions and customer success for Amazon. So twice a year, our alumni come back home for Hornet to Hornet, where they meet, network, and advise our current students. And it's not all about studying. We do have a great time at University of Lynchburg. We have 10 nationally recognized fraternities and sororities. We have over 70 clubs and organizations from students to pick from, and we also have a 4-year Bonner program. We're pretty serious about sports. We're Division III level, part of the Old Dominion Athletic Conference. If you're not interested in D3, we do have intramural and club level available as well. And college should be an adventure, and we have that galore. We do have an outdoor leadership program, and that takes students rafting, hiking, caving, and much more at a very affordable cost. What I'm really excited is we are offering in-person campus visits as well as virtual, and we do have a couple in-person open houses as well coming up. So let me know if you have any questions, and you can put it in the chat box. So for our seniors and upcoming juniors that will be seniors hopefully soon, this is the next steps for you. So application, we will need an application, which is Common App, Coalition App, or online application, a high school transcript, so unofficial or official. We are test optional, letters of rec and essay are optional as well, but always encouraged. So once we have all of your material, you'll hear back of an admissions decision within 2 to 3 weeks. And then the next step would be all of our merit scholarships as well as our scholarship day that you can participate in the good old FAFSA. So once we have all of that completed, you'll receive a financial aid award letter right after that. And we give them out in the fall and spring. So if y'all have any questions about anything, please do not hesitate to reach out. You can reach us at admissions@lynchburg.edu, or I can put my email directly in the chat as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jennifer. Up next, we have University of East Anglia.
Thank you very much. So I'm just going to quickly go ahead and share my screen one moment. Okay, fantastic. So yeah, thank you for attending today. So my name is Graham Wise. I work for the University of East Anglia. So as you can probably tell from my accent, we're a university located in the UK, in the east of England, in a city called Norwich. So at UEA, we're home to just over 16,000 students, of which around 4,000 are international students. So a very multicultural, very diverse, and ultimately a very welcoming university environment. We're also a campus-based university as well. So that means all of our fantastic facilities are located on the same site. So I'm just going to quickly touch on some of our key achievements for you now. I'm not going to go into full detail about all of ours because any university or any college around the world can tell you all of the rankings that they're excellent in. The main ones to point you out to is the UK top 25 in the Times. So we're ranked in top 25 in the UK, but also ranked very highly internationally as well in the world top 200, also in the Times. So again, it just goes to show that it's a high quality university that we are located on. So this is our campus. So as I mentioned before, all of our facilities are located on this campus, including our accommodation. Accommodation is actually guaranteed for students in their first year at UEA. So you've got a wide variety of options: ensuite, private, shared rooms, whatever you're interested in really. There's a real wide variety on campus. As well as that, we have our street, which is where you've got all your kind of restaurants, shops, got bars, a nightclub there, there's a live music venue, all the kind of facilities and amenities you'd expect at a UK university. The laundrettes, medical centre, dentist, all of those kind of stuff as well. Also have our sports park. So as you can see here, it's a £30 million venue. It's one of the largest indoor sports venues in the UK. And we're obviously really lucky to have this on our campus. There's lots of indoor and outdoor sports that you can take part in at the sports park. So as I said, we are located in the city of Norwich. So you probably haven't heard of Norwich, but we're in the east of the UK. We're very close to the beach. It's about 40 minutes to the closest beach from our campus. We are about just under an hour and a half by train to London. So it's a very well-connected city. We have an international airport in Norwich. And I really believe that Norwich has the best of both worlds, and it's got this kind of old historic, because it's a medieval city. It's got its historical castles, cathedrals, open air markets, but it also has its brand new shopping centres, cinemas. It's a great place to shop. Also actually voted one of the safest cities in the UK. Again, so that's why it's so appealing to international students. Another one of the facilities on our campus I'd just like to quickly mention is the Sainsbury Centre for Visual Arts. So it is an art gallery located on our campus, which is free to attend for students if you're interested in looking at the kind of medieval and kind of exhibitions from all over the world. But it also doubles up as the headquarters of the Avengers. So you may recognise the building. It was featured in numerous Avengers films. And as you can see in the bottom left photo, we actually had the Avengers on our campus filming one day, which is really cool. So it's quite a cool thing to say that you may have studied at a university which is also the headquarters of the Avengers, and I like to mention it every now and again. So just in some less exciting stuff in terms of what we're looking for our students at UEA. So typically we look for IBs or A levels, but other than that, for students predominantly from the US, we'll look for AP exams, usually around 3 APs, but we run very much a bespoke admissions process. So if anyone was thinking of applying, then it's best just to reach out to myself or my colleagues, and then we can kind of advise you from there. With applications in the UK, they're all made via UCAS. So you obviously make your application online. It's quite inexpensive, around $25 to $30. You write a personal statement, and then that is your application for 5 choices is what you can make on UCAS. So the undergraduate degrees at UEA, I'm going to touch on these very briefly now. So as with most degrees in the UK, they are 3 years in length. The only way they wouldn't be 3 years if you selected one of our year abroad or our placement year options, which would then make it 4 years instead of 3. The main thing with our degree programs, they're very flexible. I know in the US, it's a lot more flexible. In the UK, you apply to your subject, and that is a subject that you go on to do. However, we do operate a very flexible approach to our courses. In the first year, it's very much a generic foundation year where you cover all the key modules. And as you move forward through to your second and third year, you can then kind of tailor the degree to your own area of interest. What this does mean, being 3 years in length, is it is very inexpensive. It is a very cost-effective option. Degree prices will be around £17,000 per year, with lots of guaranteed scholarships to bring that price even further down. The teaching approach at UEA and most UK universities is a blended learning approach, so around 20 hours a week of contact time. By contact time, we mean lectures, seminars, workshops, and around 18 hours per week of independent study, so kind of doing essays, coursework, that kind of stuff. So at UEA, in terms of the subjects, we're best known for our literature, creative writing, international development, and environmental sciences, but we have a wide variety of other programs on offer at UEA. As I mentioned earlier, lots of generous scholarships. So we have guaranteed scholarships actually for students from the US, ranging from around £4,000 to I think actually £6,000 for the guaranteed scholarships, but with the chance to bring that up to £8,000 upon a successful application. So again, really good things to consider there, which will make any kind of decision a little bit easier. Accommodation is also very cost effective as well. It ranges from around £80 to £160 per week, depending on the options that you choose. And just to highlight as well, you know, UEA is a very sociable university. We have over 200 different clubs and societies you can join. And there's, like I said, there's a live music venue on our campus. We are FAFSA accredited, but yeah, a really kind of excellent choice for any student. So yeah, I think that's pretty much all I wanted to cover today. So again, if you have any questions, please feel free to send a message in the chat. And alternatively, my email address is here as well, g.wise@uea.ac.uk, if you have any questions for me directly. But yeah, that's all from me today.
Thanks, Graham. All right, next up, we have the University of Alabama at Birmingham. Take it away.
All right, thank you everyone. My name is Kaylee Havens. I'm the Interim Assistant Director of Admissions for undergraduate recruitment here at the University of Alabama at Birmingham. If you've never visited UAB before, we are an urban campus located in the heart of Birmingham, Alabama. We span 100 city blocks, with our undergraduate portion only spanning 19 city blocks. And we are considered mid-size, so that means we have about 22,500 total students. We're known for our experiential learning opportunities. So over 1/2 of our student population actually participates in research each year. And we do have 5 hospitals on our campus, including a level 1 trauma hospital, a children's hospital, a VA hospital, and our own hospital, UAB Health, is actually the 3rd largest public hospital in the country. Now, Birmingham is actually home to over 40,000 different businesses, and we're the only school that's in the heart of this. So we built a lot of strong partnerships, and we're actually the founding partners of something called the Innovation Depot. So if you've ever wanted to start your own company, we can actually help you do that by partnering with local businesses. And we have over 60 students who've graduated as CEOs of their own company, and we're only 51 years old. So it's a great statistic we love to share. We're most well known for our health sciences, but we have other great programs as well. Our College of Arts and Sciences is home to our Joint School of Medicine programs, including cancer biology. We're the only school in the US that can offer cancer biology at an undergraduate level right now. Our College of Business is actually home to a major called Industrial Distribution, with a concentration in medical and supply distribution. So if you've ever wanted to be a pharmaceutical sales rep or maybe a medical sales rep, that's a great degree to go into. Our School of Education has produced 6 out of the past 9 Alabama State Teachers of the Year. And our School of Engineering is home to 6 different engineering programs, including biomedical, civil, electrical, materials, mechanical, and our newest major of engineering design. Our School of Health Professions has majors such as healthcare management as well as biomedical sciences. And then our School of Public Health focuses on awareness and prevention. My favorite major, our School of Nursing, we're ranked 15th in the nation for nursing. And here at UAB, if you have a 3.2 GPA, a 25 ACT, or a 1230 SAT, you'll actually be admitted into our School of Nursing as a freshman through a program called the Dean's Nursing Scholars Program. Now, 1/3 of our student population participates in our honors college. We do offer a direct acceptance into the personalized pathway if you have a 3.5 GPA, a 28 ACT, or a 1320 SAT. If you're a little bit below that, you can still apply in without those requirements. And then if you're interested in one of our 3 specialized programs, you would need to apply and interview for those 3 additional programs. Now, I like to show these photos. Obviously, this is pre-COVID because you don't see a mask, but we have 18 Division I athletic programs, 26 Greek organizations, over 300 plus clubs and organizations. So you get the best of academics as well as student life all in one city environment. And if you're interested in applying, our application is still open for seniors. You can apply online or via the Common App. We just need your application fee, and then your transcript and test scores. We are test optional for fall and summer 2021, but we have not made that decision for fall 2022 or forward. And we offer guaranteed scholarships that are tied to your application. So if you find your GPA here, look for your required test score, you'll see that annual amount. It's important to note that our out-of-state tuition is only $25,500. So if you're in this top category, you're really getting the best bang for your buck out of your scholarships. And that deadline is May 1st, but we've extended our deadline to June 1st for seniors, just to kind of be there for COVID obstacles that might have been happening or caused for our students. We also have additional scholarships that are not tied to your merit. These open October 1st. They do have a February 1st deadline every year, but it's my job to help you through all of these. And we're also offering in-person and virtual visits, as well as self-guided visits. So Birmingham is actually known to have some of the best food in the nation. So even if you're just driving through to come check out our food scene, you can do a self-guided tour, or you can schedule a personalized tour, or you can do a virtual visit right on the comfort of your couch after this visit right now. And this is my information. My email's here, as well as my phone number. You're welcome to reach out with any questions you may have, or you can follow us on social media and see a little bit more about UAB that I wasn't able to share within 6 minutes. So thank you guys for your time, and I hope you have a great night.
Thanks, Kaylee. And last but not least, we have Covenant College.
Thank you so very much. I'm just going to go ahead and share my slides with you one moment, and then we'll begin. Well, hello, everyone. My name is Paul LeMay, and I am an admissions counselor at Covenant College, also a proud alum of the Scots. And we are from Lookout Mountain, Georgia. As you can see from that slide, beautiful views from that tower right there, Carter Tower. You can see 5 different states, Tennessee, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, and also Alabama. A beautiful place to learn and to grow. But our motto is, in all things Christ preeminent. It really is our desire to integrate our faith with our learning experience. And we want you to realize that we want you to flourish as a student at our college, especially when it comes to liberal arts colleges. It's not a one size fits all type thing, right? It's a fitted suit. And we want you to fit well into our community. And really, our community is summed up in our motto, in all things Christ preeminent. We're looking for students who are prepared to go on a journey that answers 2 questions, right? The first question is, who do I want to become? And the next question is, who has God called me to become? But I mean, where is this journey happening? It's happening right outside Chattanooga, Tennessee. Chattanooga, Tennessee was ranked as one of the most outdoorsy cities in the United States by Travel Magazine. And along with that, you know, we have biking, we have mountain biking, we have paddle boarding, we have places where you can hike, beautiful overlooks of Chattanooga and the surrounding area. If you love the outdoors, then Covenant is a really great place for you. But what do we do well as a college? Well, first off, you know, even though we are a small institution, we're right under 1,000 students. We're an extremely diverse campus. 42 states and 29 different countries are represented on Covenant's campus. And 69% of those are from out of state. So we are definitely not a suitcase campus. But along with that, you know, Covenant is ranked as one of the top institutions in the CCCU, and we're nationally ranked, and we're only one of 5 institutions that are nationally ranked. So if you're looking for a place to express your faith in Jesus Christ and also get a top-notch education, Covenant's a great opportunity for you. So kind of give you some of our academic medians for enrollment here. Obviously, some students excel above these, some below these, but please reach out to either myself or Elena Clinkscales. We both recruit in the state of Georgia. We would love to talk more about how to start that application. And to learn a little bit more about our application, you know, when it comes to financial aid, 99% of our students get financial aid at Covenant. You're also welcome to start your application through the Common App. But these last statistics are something I want to really draw your attention to because we believe that relationships and learning go hand in hand. We want you to know your professors. We want you to have hands-on learning. That's why we have a 13-to-1 student-to-professor ratio. And your advisor is going to be a professor who has a terminal degree in his field. 92% of our faculty actually have a terminal degree in their field, which is closer to like your Ivy League schools, Yale, Harvard. Usually they're the ones that have those percentages, but Covenant has really great professors that really want to help you answer that question, who has God called me to be? But what is your experience going to look like here at Covenant, right? So the first pillar that I really want to examine is academic excellence. We want you to have a top-notch education at Covenant. We are actually more well known by graduate schools than we are by high schools because we do a really great job placing students into the next step, right, into those grad schools. And that has to do with hands-on learning, like I said, building relationships with your professors, and also a curriculum that really does challenge you, as I said, to become who God has called you to be. The next thing is going to be spiritual formation, right? We want you coming out loving Jesus more. And that's going to be in our curriculum. It's also going to be in our chapel that happens Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So this is a pillar of what we believe is necessary for your undergrad experience at Covenant. And then lastly, professional development. We want to help you take that next step. We want to help you discover and clarify, those two questions. Who do I want to become and who has God called me to become? That happens in our student development center. It also happens with that relationship that I've mentioned between your professors. So moving on, this is what I like to call the hidden curriculum, and it's student life. And I'll tell you, if you don't want to know people, if you want to get lost in the crowd, Covenant is not the place for that. But if you want to be known by people, if you want to be discipled by your professors and fellow students, then Covenant is a great place for you. First off, we have an intentional and engaging community. Goodness, I could tell you so many stories, but there was one guy, Jay Finlays, and he really just represented Covenant to me. He was an upperclassman. I was a freshman. I didn't think that upperclassmen and freshmen really got along together, but he really mentored me and helped me make that transition from high school to college. We have really friendly students here and faculty members. This is a place where everything can fall apart. Don't think that you have to have everything together when you go to college. Covenant is a safe place where you can discover who you are and who you want to become. Next thing is we love to have fun. We have fun dances and campus events. So much going on campus. As I said, we are a residential community. So there is so much going on, and we have 30 student-led clubs. So definitely something to get connected to. As I said, student clubs, last thing I'd like to hit on is our athletic programs. We're highly competitive, but we also have discipleship coaches that want to pour into you and help you become a better athlete, a better student, and an all-around better person. So please come join us and become who God has called you to be. Here is a QR code to stay connected if you want to go ahead and scan it. But anyways, this is your Georgia team, both Elena Klingscales and myself, and we'd love to get in contact with you. Thank you.
Thanks so much. All right, I'm going to share my screen. All right, so we're going to do a quick Q&A. So if all of the reps would like to come on video, I will take us to one of the questions. So in order of presenters, what is your favorite event or tradition on campus? So we'll start with Penn State.
Awesome. So we have so many to choose from, but I always go with our homecoming game. So it's a time where our alumni from years past come in and meet the new students, and there's a football game, but there's so much else going on. And I always say you can always find something in common with a old Penn Stater, and they'll tell you cool stories, and you just get to kind of feel out what it was like to be a Penn Stater back in the day, and you get to tell them a little bit more about Penn State now. So I would say homecoming game, it's usually the first weekend in October. The leaves are all changing colors, and it's really beautiful on campus, and that's probably my favorite event on campus.
Awesome. Truett, McConnell.
Hey, so probably a treat to Truett. Again, Cleveland, Georgia is a tiny, tiny little area up in Northeast Georgia. So like there's, I think 2,500 people that live in town. and we will have, I don't know, about 3,500 people come to our event where we literally open up the campus and give away thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in candy. We also have one of our dorms turn into like a kind of like aliens versus predators kind of thing, and little kids can get Nerf guns and shoot bad guys and shoot aliens and all that. I don't know. It's just a really cool event where people from the community have a safe place to have a fun time, dress up, and do things like that. So I'd say that's probably my favorite event that we have on campus.
Fun. University of Lynchburg.
So we have an international food festival, and that's the opportunity for students to share their culture and their religion and what, is something, the food, what it means to them. And it's just a great event for the whole campus community to get together. And I'm just a big foodie, so I really love that event.
Okay, I think that's me now.
Sorry about that.
Just one step ahead of you.
Computer. Go ahead, Graham.
Yeah, so my favorite event on UEA's campus is an event called Pimp My Barrow. So it's a bit of a strange one. It's basically an event where students will get together in a team and they will pimp a wheelbarrow. So they'll design the wheelbarrow how they want it to design it. They'll wear a fancy dress costume, and then they'll do like a pub crawl, a kind of old English style pub crawl through the city and through the campus in their outfits and with their wheelbarrow, and it's all for charity, so they pay to enter and the money all goes to charity. And it's an amazing thing seeing all these kind of brightly dressed students with wheelbarrows walking through the city, walking through the campus. Every student pretty much takes part in it, so yeah, it's a really fun event and very colourful, bright event, which also raises a lot of money for charity as well. So that's probably my favourite event on our campus.
Very cool. University of Alabama at Birmingham.
Yeah, so I mentioned that we have a really strong medical background. So my favorite tradition is called the Gurney Derby, and it's during homecoming week. So we actually shut down the largest street in the heart of Birmingham, and all of our clubs and organizations that are participating in homecoming will actually be racing these gurneys with dummies on them through the streets. Students really enjoy it. It looks really crazy. If you don't know what's going on, you might be kind of scared if you're in Birmingham, but it's a really fun tradition for our students, and it kind of ties into our history.
Very cool. Covenant College.
No, so many great traditions, but probably my favorite tradition during student orientation for freshmen, you probably noticed that big historic neo-Gothic looking building in a lot of my slides. That's Carter Tower, and freshmen go up into the tower and they get to write their name in the tower as freshmen. And we have so many names. We have names going all the way back to 1964 when we first came to Carter. So it really does represent both the past and the future of Covenant. So I love that tradition, putting the name up in Carter Tower.
Very cool. All right. Well, this is the end. I just wanted to thank everyone so much for joining us today. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick, short four-question survey, and we would appreciate any feedback you can provide. Also, this was just one of many sessions being hosted, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions. In about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all of the other session recordings at the StriveScan website. Thanks so much and have a wonderful rest of your evening. Take care.